All right, my friends, welcome this lovely girl on the screen, all the way from Ecuador, Manuela, who is a coach and she specializes in personal branding, but was from the fashion industry, the modeling industry. And the one thing I like about her is that I can tell that you really love helping people get to the next level, you know? And isn't
Yeah,
personal branding really just about selling you, really confidence in you?
exactly. And I think that is how it all started for me because in my past, I was really, I had really like low self-confidence. I really doubted myself. And when I had to go through it and find my own confidence, and I did it, I felt it was so expansive. And I really wanted to share that with the world because it
Right.
really opens doors for you. So yeah.
Yeah. So I recently spoke at your event online. It was a great event, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You definitely had a great group of people willing to learn and listen. And I know that we did some press for you, right? We got you in two publications, right?
Yeah.
Tell everybody the experience was like after we brought those out. What happened?
Oh my God. So many comments like from people who I already knew. They were all, of course, happy for me and stuff. But the most amazing part was to start, see how many people started also following me and liking my content. And it draw all this attention that I wasn't really expecting. And I just uploaded it on my socials. Now I can't wait to see what it does whenever I put it on my webpage, which is being built. So it definitely helps you build that authority and that credibility with what you're doing. So
Yeah.
it was amazing. Mhm.
Right. And the thing that I was saying to you, because as a coach and as someone that's helping people get to the next level, there's no barrier to entry, that meaning anyone can do it. And I think
And
sometimes it gets hard because you get lost in the noise, right? Being in fashion. How many people can say, I'm a fashion guru? You know?
oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, it gets tough, especially if you're going like internationally. There are so many coaches and consultants and people maybe like offering the same thing, and it is so important to have that, someone else to say that you're good. It's
Mm.
different when you say it rather than when you get someone else to say it, and especially if you get on the press on a publication where people can really see, it really gives you the background, the solid background and the credibility. So yeah, that part is amazing.
Well, speaking of background, you mentioned to me, and this is what I love, like you had a coach, your first coach, how long ago? About a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
No, I just finished up. So yeah, it was, I met her like a year and a half ago, and
Okay.
I just finished working with her.
Okay, perfect. So tell everybody whether they invest in press or whether they invest in verification or really invest in themselves. There are some people watching this video that go, Jay, I don't know if I should invest in myself. I don't know if I should invest in promotion. Just your response there should be enough. Like, tell everybody who's on the fence, like, what happened to you when you invested into promoting and getting help with your business and brand?
Oh, I mean, there's no growth. If you don't invest, there's no growth. If you don't invest maybe time, money, effort, whatever that it is, there's no movement. And I don't know how people expect to grow by themselves. Like if you haven't done it by yourself now, don't expect it to happen magically. It's like you have to invest. Invest means movement. Invest means yeah, that movement of energy. It'll get you somewhere else that you haven't been able to reach by yourself. So
What was the point? Yeah, what was the point? I'm really curious because while you're sharing, what was the point when you're like, that's it, I've got to do it? Do you remember that point? Do you remember the point where like, I need to pay for someone who knows more than me? Was there a trigger for you? Or was it like you could feel it for a while?
I mean, I could feel it for a while. Yeah, like like for a whole year, I was like, oh my God, so what do I need to do next to get to my next level, to grow and to start? But it got to a point where I I went to live to Tulum for 3 months, and I invested everything I had there. So when I came back home, I was like, that's it. Like I'm poor. I'm not growing. Like my business isn't going, and I need to do something. And I just became super resourceful at that moment. And
Brilliant.
I don't know where I got the money from, but I invested the most I've invested like ever in my life. And
How was that feeling when you did that?
I was so scared. Like I wanted to drop dead. Like I was super scared, but I don't regret it. And you know, I cried. I was super anxious. I was super scared. But whenever you pass through that, I mean, it's just the best feeling because you know you're growing, you know, you might not see the results immediately. And it's not about seeing the results immediately, but only like the growing that you're having internally, or even like the authority and the credibility and how you're growing. That is like, it's like a long-term investment all the time. And for me, that's just super powerful. Yeah. So at the beginning, I was not having good, you know, a good time, but looking back is the best thing that I've ever done.
Right. And you serve all the people listening right now going, you know what, like they may be at that point, you know, whether it's investing in the press or verification or really themselves, right? You would say 1,000%. They will find a way to find the money because it's really the money, you know, because time you probably had on your side, right? Like you probably had all the time in the world.
You know what I think about time? Actually, time is the one thing that doesn't come back. So
Right.
the fastest you invest in yourself,
Right.
because money comes and goes. And if you get resourceful, I mean, you can do a list of 50 things that you can do in order to, you know, get money and get creative and get resourceful. I mean, money is there, but time doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Doesn't, I mean, that's my way of thinking.
Yeah, I love that. Well, hey, I really appreciate you being here and sharing.
Thank you so
Because
much.
every time that I do these, you know, someone new will reach out and say, hey, listen, I watched Manuela's testimonial or someone else's and she really spoke to me. So that people know you're not a paid actress from Barcelona or Ecuador or Spain, where can they make sure that I'm just not bringing on good looking girls who say they're a coach? How can they actually learn more about you? And maybe if they resonate with you, they can possibly get into your world. Where can they go?
Absolutely. You can reach me on Instagram. That's my main platform at manuela.proano, or at the Secret Fashion Movement, which is our, you know, it's a creative hub and a entrepreneurial hub where we're trying to build a community that supports entrepreneurs. So either way, on the Secret Fashion Movement or manuela.proano, and I'm super happy to connect and you know, help out and support people any way possible. And thank you, Jay, for having me here. It's such a pleasure. You are such a powerful guy, and I love connecting with people like you, just bringing the most value and power. So thank you.
Let's go. Thanks so much.